So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast with American Teeth. We're going to ask them some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired you to start the project, and what does the project name mean?
Yeah, we're starting right off with it. Let's see. So the project got sparked because I started working with this producer, Colin Britton. We were writing, I got kind of put into a session with him and Monkey from Korn.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a really good time in that session and realized that we clicked. So we ended up writing more after that, just the two of us. And we're like, well, we kind of have this sound here. Let's run with it. We didn't have a name at the time, obviously, because it was just brand new. And I had been doing a lot of writing down just a ton of different words that I liked and trying to make different combinations of those words and things like that. And I at some point came up with American Teeth, and the way that I kind of tested the name was I texted a bunch of my friends and my manager and a bunch of other people, just like, I'm gonna call the project American Teeth. And a lot of people were kind of like, that's interesting. Like, they were kind of like,
Yeah.
they were kind of like thrown off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were like, I don't know, that like makes me uncomfortable. I was like, cool, that's gonna be the name then.
Yeah, that's perfect then.
All right.
Yeah.
So it passed your test.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You said you had like a list of like random words that you were going to put together for names. Do you have any that almost made it, or was it just American Teeth?
To be honest, I can't remember
That's fair.
That's
what else
fair.
there was. I'm sure if I went back through my text messages, I could find the other ones that I tested out on people. But
Just
that
didn't pass the test.
yeah, that definitely stood out among the rest.
Definitely. All right. So congrats on your newest releases, Still Not Dead and Barred Out. How do you feel the response to those two so far?
It's been really amazing, honestly, especially without being able to tour and all of that, and play this stuff live. But yeah, it's been really good, and I'm a little bit surprised, but I also really believed in these songs and the stuff we've been making. So it's what I hoped for. Yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
good.
that's good.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you signed to Fearless Records at the beginning of last year. Can you tell me how that came about?
Yeah. So Colin and I started working together last summer, I would say probably early June. And we spent a good amount of time that summer just making a bunch of stuff that we liked. And at the end of the summer, we knew we had a couple singles that we were going to start to release on our own at the beginning of the fall. And we were going around to a bunch of different labels and playing them the music. And Fearless was one of them. And instantly, Andy from Fearless, who is the president of the label right now, he kind of grabbed onto it immediately and was like, dude, this is fucking sick. Like, I would love to work with you guys. And the vibe was when we were still able to go into, sorry, this was not was it last? No, because last year was the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess this was the previous year. Wow.
Jesus.
I feel like last year didn't exist.
Yeah,
It just was
didn't.
a blur. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess it was 2 years ago. But yeah, so it was in September of 2019 when we met with them. And yeah, they were super into it. And I just really liked the vibe. We walked around the label a little bit and met some other people, and everyone was super down to earth and really cool. And yeah, that's kind of how it all turned out. And then I went on tour with Dreamers that fall. And that was really amazing and super fun to play the newer stuff we were working on live. And yeah, right around the beginning of the pandemic, I think it was in March. Yeah, beginning of March, we were talking to Fearless, and they were like, we're so in and ready to go if you want to do it. And it takes some time for all of that to get worked out, but that's kind of how it all happened. So yeah, then we kind of officially signed with them this past fall.
Okay.
Solid.
Very nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So is there any meaning behind the single names or cover art?
Hmm. Any specific ones?
Still Not Dead and Barred Out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Still Not Dead's the most recent one, so let's
Mhm.
go with that one. That song was written, it was myself, Nick Wold, who's the singer for Dreamers,
Mhm.
and then Colin, who produced it, works on American Teeth with me. We had a session, and it was our intention was to write for Dreamers, and it was the day we had this session was the day that Kobe Bryant died.
Oh.
So that whole kind of energy was in the air that day. And I've had quite a lot of experience with death in my family. My dad died when I was 15. So I definitely had a lot to say about loss and all of that. And Nick had recently lost a friend to suicide like a couple days before, and he got back the day before from Seattle from that funeral. So that was really fresh on his mind. The Kobe thing was happening. So we were all just like feeling that. And we wanted to write something about loss and about death that wasn't going to be like super sad. And so we kind of chose this angle of being grateful for being alive and having seen all these people pass around us, like just being grateful that we're able to still be here and be doing what we love to do.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the overall message behind that song. And then we got our friend Wes Period on it, and he kind of told his experience as well around all of that. So
Okay.
he kind of jumped on a little bit after, and I think it came together really well.
Yeah, it did.
Very cool. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for those couple of singles?
Yeah, both of those were collaborations, which not all of our songs are. A lot of the stuff Colin and I just do together, just the two of us. But yeah, both of those songs happen to be collaborations. And Barred Out came together through working with my friend Cameron from Twin XL. And he was there kind of just to be a writer that day with me and Colin. And when he was singing the pre-chorus section, which is what he's currently on, we heard him sing it and we were like, dude, maybe you should just stay on it, because there was something about the way he sang it. I even tried to record myself singing that section, and it was fine, but it just didn't have the same exact energy. And so we were like, dude, if you want to be on this song, that would actually be kind of sick.
Yeah.
And that's literally just how that happened. And he was down. So
solid. It was just that simple.
It was. Yeah.
Right.
And that was
solid.
around the time I was going through like a breakup and kind of wanting to tell that story of dealing with all of that. So
yeah. All right. So while going through your music, what band or artist influences pop out the most to you, if any?
Could you repeat that question?
While going through your music, what band or artist influences pop out the most to you, if any?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Blink-182 is a big influence. Yeah, that a lot of those kind of early 2000s pop punk artists shaped a lot of my musical upbringing. But I also really like pop music and hip hop and stuff like that. So I feel like it all kind of melds together. There are some songs that are like influenced by Travis Scott that aren't out yet. Some may not come out, but
some may not come out. Why?
Some of them will. We've just written a lot of songs, so you know. But yeah, definitely influenced by Travis. The Gorillaz.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, just so many. I listen to so many different types of music, so I feel like it all I don't know if I specifically have a lot of other bands at the top of my mind at the moment, but yeah, those for sure.
Okay.
Solid.
I can tell your influences are all over the map just by obviously your answer and then also listening to your music. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Sure. I pride myself in kind of grabbing from all these different genres. I think that's what makes our music interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
it exciting.
Mhm.
So as we've said, Dreamers and Twin XL, you worked with both of them. How'd those come about?
Both of them are friends of mine, so we had been working together in different capacities over the last couple of years or so, and I've written a good amount of songs with Nick for Dreamers. I actually don't have any songs that I've written for Twin XL yet, but I have worked with them before as a group and written plenty of other songs. We all write songs for other artists as well, so we've done sessions together for other artists. My song "Too Late," that's already out, was written with my friend Colin Deedon, who is Little Hurt. That's his artist project. He used to be in this band called the Mowglis, and they took me on tour when I was doing my solo project just under my own name, under Elijah Knoll. So we worked together on a lot of different stuff as well.
Okay. So it's just like mutual friends that you're working with and friends of friends and whatnot. Okay.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. So this one should go like super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe your music for new listeners in 3 words.
Euphoria, nostalgia, genre fluidity.
Ooh.
We'll hyphen that last one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. That was really good. I like
I like
those.
that.
I like those a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, melded those last two.
Great.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through your discography?
Yeah, I want them to feel the feeling of longing, excitement, and I already said nostalgia, but that nostalgia.
Nostalgia's good. That's good. All right. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years? And are you working on any new projects? You mentioned that you have the Travis Scott inspired songs. Are you going to release any of those anytime soon, or are you just kind of sitting on them until you need to?
Well, we're working on finishing up an album, so
Oh, that's big.
There'll
Yeah.
be some of that. There'll be some of that
Okay.
for sure in there.
Okay.
No doubt.
hmm
Within the next 5 years, I definitely want to be playing stadiums. Live shows are my favorite piece of music and everything. I love writing music, but performing and playing shows and meeting people after shows and connecting with fans is my favorite thing. So the more, the merrier in that capacity. I see some radio play.
That'd be good.
I would love to get a #1 alternative song. It'd be sick to cross over to pop radio too.
Hell yeah.
That's a big one, yeah.
But I really just want to reach the masses, honestly. I want the music to just reach as far as possible and hit as many people as possible and affect, hopefully positively, millions of people.
That'd be amazing, yeah.
Your music's definitely got that vibe to it where it could like hook just about anybody that listens to it. So I think it's very possible in the next 5 years to see you all over the radio.
Yeah.
So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Boom again.
Damn. This is so tough because I love food. The drink would be a margarita for sure. I'll start there.
Solid.
And this is probably the hardest question I've ever answered. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and say just a massive Italian dinner.
Ooh.
With a margarita, which is fucking weird, but
I'm
gonna do it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a bold move, but
Definitely. It's your last meal. Go all out. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
I would live in outer space on Saturn.
So Saturn doesn't exist.
That's real though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's real.
A fictional world.
Usually like Star Wars, but in
Yeah,
our
that's the closest thing to that, huh?
yeah.
I don't know. I also fuck with like Lord of the Rings, that world, like medieval kind of fantasy. Yeah, let's go there. Let's do that.
Lord of the
Alright.
Rings. Solid.
Yeah.
I respect
Good
that.
choice. Very good choice.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person you've spoken to has said the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Green.
I can tell by the background in your hair. Any
That
specific
was
shade of
easy.
green?
Dark green. The color of my wall and my hair.
Okay.
Good choice.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
We got an album coming out this year. and follow me on social media. Just type in American Teeth in Google, because every actual American Teeth handle, just at American Teeth, has been taken by some sort of dentist or dentist related agency. I'm pissed. Nobody will buy that shit back for me. So just type in American Teeth and it'll pop up.
Come on, Fearless. Let's go.
Exactly. Easy.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. It's been American Teeth, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.